And we welcome you St. Mary's fans and Cascade Christian fans that are going to be watching this live video streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local schools. I'm Terry Ross. I'm here with Nick Curran coming to you live from U.S. Cellular Park in Medford, Oregon. This is the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Today we'll be watching St. Mary's take on Rogue Valley Adventist. So that'll be kind of an interesting matchup. We'll talk a little more about that, but we are pleased to be able to bring you this game here on TableRockSports.net in partnership with the Medford School District and our participating community business partners. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know you appreciate their support. Please support Table Rock Sports by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search Table Rock Sports, and click on the red subscribe button. We're going to have more for you as we'll get to the Bills Glass Coaches Corner on this pregame as you're listening to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou, a presentation of TableRockSports.net.
My Circle K, powered by GP Energy, you can turn an ordinary lunch break into something extraordinary with crispy, crunchy chicken. Grab and go their delicious chicken, chicken tenders, famous biscuits, and tasty sides. MyCircleK.com.
U.S. Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All U.S. Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Whether it's morning motivation to get your day going, adding crunch to your lunch, fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bills Glass. Having new windows installed by Bills Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bills Glass show you what you've been missing. Bills Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bills Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
And we welcome you back to today's game here at U.S. Cellular Park. Gary Wheeler Field is where we're at. And it'll be the Rogue River Adventist taking on St. Mary's. They're actually ready to get this thing underway, so we'll catch you up on a few other details as soon as they get the kickoff going. So Rogue Valley Adventist is actually a 1A school going up against, of course, a 3A in St. Mary's. We need to get all of the officials squared away here. We have one coming over here. Yeah, they're all testing the goals right now and making sure that all is well. So as soon as the other one gets himself in place, picks up the corner flag that got blown over by the wind, I think they'll decide to get this thing going. And I may be wrong. Oh, they got to fix the other corner flag. Wind's a little gusty here at U.S. Cellular Park, so And with that, we are underway. So we'll try to catch you up just a little bit on what is going on here as far as the records go. Rogue River comes into this game 1-3-1. St. Mary's, meanwhile, comes in 3-4 overall, 3-2 in league play. Rogue Valley Adventist has exactly the same record overall as they do in league play. That's a 1-3-1 for them. So they've struggled a bit offensively, has Rogue Valley Adventist. The Red Tail Hawks is what they're called. And they have struggled a little bit offensively. The St. Mary's Crusaders have allowed more goals than they have scored. But then that's probably true of anybody that's had Cascade Christian on their schedule this year, as Cascade Christian has a good offensive team. That goes out of bounds, and that's going to be Caleb Johnson on the far side that'll inbound it. St. Mary's has control, and they'll kick it back and see if they can't get something set up and going in the right direction. And that pass goes out of bounds. Trying to catch up with it was Yoon Choi, but Choi Yoon, I guess it is. But Yoon couldn't catch up with that one. Rogue Valley gets it in. Now trying to get it back to the middle. Can't do it. Rogue Valley is going to take that away. The St. Mary's Club is young, but if you think that they're young and that they only have 3 seniors on the team right now, at least this year, the Rogue Valley team is really young. They only have 2 seniors. They're playing with all sophomores and juniors. So as there's a long shot put up and way over and no good, so they'll be going and chasing that down a little bit. But if they can hold their team together, that'd be Rogue Valley, as well as St. Mary's, hold their teams together for next year, why this youth is going to maybe be a whole lot better come fall for the experience of having to at least played this spring and having a lot of playing time. St. Mary's controlling it. Well, there's hands, right? Yep. That's hands on Oliver Janes. So, Rogue River, the Red Tail Hawks, from about midfield, will set and kick it. Get it ahead to the middle, and they're going to not get anything out of that, as Limley's going to get on top of that and make sure there's no shot on goal, and he'll throw it out to the left side or the right side. And out of bounds off of the foot of Lee. Here comes St. Mary's near side. Now they'll take it back over to the other side. Johnson tries to get it ahead. There's a pass through. I think Rogue Valley's going to get to that, though. They do. And St. Mary's takes it back. Taking it back that time is Kronk. He still has control. Gets it to the center. Fires on goal, and it's good. Or as they say in soccer, goal. As St. Mary's comes up with one. That occurs with about 35 minutes to go in the first half, so at about the 5-minute mark, Kronk will get that in for St. Mary's. And they have a quick 1-0 lead. And there's Kronk again, but that's going to give the ball right back to Rogue Valley. So that was a quick score by Leonardo. I get that right? Leonardo Kronk, as he scored quickly for St. Mary's. Here come the Crusaders again. A pass through, this time to Friesen. Friesen will get it back into the middle. There's Kronk with it. Trying to get it back out on the outside to Friesen. Can't do it. Rogue Valley steps in between. They'll chase this. St. Mary's will chase that down and send it back to Limley. That's James that did that. They'll set up one more time. Johnson will send it down the right sideline, but it's going to be Rogue Valley that controls it. The Crusaders have shown throughout the season so far, in the games that I have viewed, an ability to put some offensive pressure onto the other side. If they can do that, then their defense seems to improve considerably, but I suppose that would be true of anybody. If you can get good offensive pressure and keep the ball on the other side of the field, why, it helps your defense out considerably. Right now, about 50-50 on the game being played. Here's a pass ahead, but getting there to break it up is Kronk. He's going to take a shot, but that's no good as Alvarez grabs it on a bounce, and he'll punt it out of there. We have about 33 minutes, a little less than that, 32:40 to go. First period. Now, Rogue Valley ready to kick it off. They don't play with quite the speed that St. Mary's would want to play with, I would think. Looks like Rogue Valley is trying to slow things down a little bit, but they've got, unfortunately, the ball is on their end of the field right now, and they're having a hard time getting it to go the other way. There they do. They get it down to, no, they get about to the midline. Now they're going to maybe get it over the midline. They do. And then kick it out of bounds. That's Alex Wiggers that kicked that out of bounds. Today's game is brought to you in part by My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip begins with My Circle K. The Red Tailhawks get it in bounds, but the Crusaders take it. Right now, Rogue Valley Adventist doing a decent job of keeping the ball on the St. Mary's side of the field. St. Mary's isn't getting a lot of pressure on them, even though they have a 1-0 lead. But we're playing a lot of this down here on St. Mary's side of the field. We're still down on that side of the field. Now Kronk will get it ahead to Friesen. Friesen back in the middle to Kronk. Kronk down the sideline to Friesen, but again, Rogue Valley is going to go ahead and control this. Nope, taken away by Kronk. Or not Kronk, excuse me. Crandenberg. St. Mary's will set it up again, midfield. Good defense by the Red Tailhawks. They're certainly slowing St. Mary's down. Not letting St. Mary's get a good shot at all. Friesen back into the middle. And there's another shot on goal by Kronk, but that one's going to go way, way high. So we have two Crandenbergs on the field. So I guess I'm going to have to differentiate between Christopher and William. William tried to set that one up, but Kronk just sent it high. St. Mary's gets it to the right past Kronk. Okay. They handle it on the other end, back to Kronk. Into the middle it goes. And that would be Lee with it. Again, that's kind of a feeble shot that Alvarez will handle quickly and easily. Keeping it right at the midfield stripe right now. Wigger gets by a man, gets it downfield, but St. Mary's is going to take that. And Limley will grab it and roll it out to the right side of the field. Once again, once Rogue Valley gets it onto the St. Mary's side of the field, they are able to keep it there pretty much for extended periods. St. Mary's is having a hard time getting this past the midfield. Finally do. And there's a pass through, but that's just going to be picked up by Alvarez. And he'll punt. Pretty clean game, though. We haven't had a lot of penalty calls, just that one for hand, use of hands, and that was that. And Rogue Valley will kick it out of bounds. And goes off the foot of Josh Nunn. Inbounding it is William Crandenberg. Trying to get it to Friesen. Couldn't do it. Rogue Valley has it back, and Wilson will inbound it. And out of bounds it goes. Fans, you can help keep Table Rock Sports in the game by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Search Table Rock Sports at youtube.com and click on the red subscribe button to help us continue to cover the action. Rogue Valley to inbound it. They've had it down here a number of times on the St. Mary's side, but they just can't do anything when they get it down here. St. Mary's closes in, and that's kind of the end of the momentum for Rogue Valley. And out of bounds it goes. It'll go St. Mary's direction. I think at the beginning I gave the impression that St. Mary's was playing Cascade Christian. I didn't mean to do that. We were talking about there's Alvarez handling that kick pretty easily. That shot on goal. Nick and I were talking about Cascade Christian and St. Mary's just before we came on the air, and I think I went the wrong way. But they are playing Rogue Valley. There's Kronk. There's a nice little footwork, but Rogue Valley Advetist stops that. And there's a long shot by William Crandenberg, but Alvarez takes that easily. And it remains a 1-0 ball game as we have about 24 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here for the first half. So right now we're at just midfield and going back and forth and inbounding, and both teams trying to find a way to get going here. St. Mary's had it going for Kronk, but Rogue Valley Advetist steps in. The Red Tail Hawks are playing some pretty good defense. Here's that got to set up again, right into the middle to freeze it. No, can't get it. Once again, St. Mary's had it set up. So now they're way back at the midfield. There's Johnson. He'll send it ahead to Kronk. And there's a goal. As this time it is William Crandenberg. And that comes with about, got to do a little math here, at about the 18-minute mark. So St. Mary's gets a couple of them going here. And they will have Rogue Valley kick off one more time. So now it's if we correct our scoreboard here, it's a 2-0 ball game as St. Mary's has scored a couple of goals here in the first half. So again, when St. Mary's can get it down there and get into their offense, they have been able both times to score, but the Rogue Valley Adventist Red Tail Hawks doing a pretty good job of making sure they don't get into any offensive set. Now they'll send it back and they'll just slow it down. Pushed it ahead momentarily, but back and get into an offensive set. There's a tripping. Oh, thought he was going to call a tripping foul. Like he was going for his whistle, the official that is. And not so much, he says. Kronk on the far side of the field. Sends it ahead, trying to get it back into the middle now. There's Kronk with it. He centers it up, and there's a shot on goal. Ooh. Alvarez handles that after it tips momentarily. Actually, it was Kronk that took the shot. It was Christopher Crandenberg that set that up for him, but Alvarez managed to hang on. That almost slid off his hands. Here's Wiggers for Rogue Valley. And out of bounds. For almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass supports our schools and communities. And Bill's Glass, by the way, was the one that sponsored the pregame show, the Coach's Corner, where we talked about how Rogue Valley Adventist comes in with a 1-3-1 record, not having played quite as many games as St. Mary's. Christopher Crandenberg gets it ahead. Now they'll try to center it up. No, he's going to send it back down. Now get it into the middle to Friesen, to William Crandenberg, to Christopher Crandenberg. Oh, he can't get it done. Here's Kronk. And Rogue Valley will take that. And St. Mary's will take it back. So right now, St. Mary's has it again on the Rogue Valley Adventist side of the field, and they're just keeping it there. There's a shot, but that's batted away that time by Cody Mendenhall. He blocked that one for the Red Tail Hawks. Well, they have it in the middle. They're going to try and shot. No. Kronk trying to get it to Friesen, but sent it way, way long over the end line. The Medical Eye Center of Medford is helping bring you today's action. They have a wide range of eye care services for the whole family. Visit medicaleyecenter.com to learn how they might help your vision needs. We're down to 18 to go. Well, we played 22 minutes here in the first half. That's a 2-0 St. Mary's lead. Kronk trying to see if he can't get a little more, but he couldn't get it to the middle that time. St. Mary's keeping it on the Rogue Valley side of the field. But down the sideline, as the Red Tail Hawks aren't allowing them at all to get inside at all and get that ball to the middle where they might get off a good shot. And there's a violation on the inbound pass. So Rogue Valley Adventist will go along and inbound that one. There's a shot on goal, but Alvarez handles that quite easily. Well, the official says play on. Wiggins got his feet tangled, but the official says no foul. So here comes St. Mary's trying to get it back to the other side of the field. Kronk aiming for Yoon, but not to be. This time, nope. Kronk went left and Yoon went right. Rogue Valley Adventist ended up with the ball. Oh, there's a nice steal. William Crandenberg right in front of us. To Yoon. To Christopher Crandenberg, who got tripped, but again, no foul. The official is letting him play on. Yoon takes it. He's to the middle. And can't maintain. And there's a nice steal by Christopher Crandenberg. He has it. He's going to go out to the side. Friesen takes a shot. No, there it is. Goal. Took a moment as they had to do it on the rebound. So that one comes with about the 26-minute mark. And Friesen becomes the third person to score a goal for the Crusaders as they spread it out this afternoon. Now leading this one 3-0. Once again, St. Mary's is pushing it down now on the Rogue River side of the field. We have about 17 minutes to go, maybe, make it 16 and a half at this point. There's William Crandenberg with a shot. Goal! Well, that was a long one that time, and that comes at about the 17-minute mark. But this is William Crandenberg. And it's now a 4-0 game. Coming quickly are the goals for St. Mary's. So Rogue Valley needs to figure out something here if they want to get in this thing before we get to halftime. St. Mary's has it back on their side, on the Rogue Valley side of the field again. Now Rogue Valley are just going to kick this one away and out of bounds towards St. Mary's. Inbounding it will be Travis Johnson. Both of the benches, as we look over on the benches, appear to be a little thin in the player department. Wouldn't dare lose a player today. I don't think you have anybody left to come off the bench. Here comes St. Mary's the other direction. And there's a foul. William Crandenberg was pushed to the ground. He'll send this way downfield. Rogue Valley will head it out of there. Because of the thin benches, there have been no substitutions here in the first half, which means these players have to be feeling a little tired. And they still have about 10 minutes left in this half, so they're holding up well For the second half, imagine it would take its toll. And out of bounds it goes as St. Mary's tried to get a hold of that. And it'll be Cascade Christian. Oh, I mean, not Cascade. Rogue Valley. I was looking at something else. Rogue Valley Advetist that inbounds that one. There's Kronk in there to Friesen, but it can't get it. And Rogue Valley will take it again. Let's see if St. Mary's can get this out of there. Travis Johnson will inbound it quickly. But right to a Rogue Valley player who gives it right back to Johnson, who gives it right back to Rogue Valley. So that's kind of the way it's been going here. Out of bounds. Now, way down there in the field. We'll just remind you that today's game is being brought to you in part by My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip begins at My Circle K. So the Red Tailhawks haven't. Wiggers inbounded it. But here comes St. Mary's. No, tried to get it to Friesen, couldn't do it. And you go off a Yoon out of bounds. William Crandenberg tried to get it to his brother Christopher, but couldn't quite get that done. There's some good footwork there by William Crandenberg as he gets himself free to get a pass off. Unfortunately, right to Rogue Valley Adventist. The Red Tailhawks kicked that one out of bounds. Friesen with not much enthusiasm on that shot. Alvarez handles it. 4-0 ball game. Yeah, we playing a lot of it right at midfield. You know, if you're again, it's also a football field here at U.S. Cellular Park. If you think of it as a football field, we're playing between the 30s is what we're doing right now. And when St. Mary's can advance it, though, they have scored when they've gotten it past and down a little deeper into the Rogue Valley Adventist territory. They've been able to score, but getting it down there hasn't been as easy as the score makes it seem like. There again, we'll go out of bounds and are offside that time. It'll be St. Mary's ball. Correction, it'll be Rogue Valley ball. We're inside 6 minutes left. First half in a 4-0 game. That is, as I say, if you look at the score, it seems like St. Mary's has just dominated this, but they really haven't. They've managed to get scores when they could actually get to the other side of the field, but for the amount of time that they've had the ball, they haven't necessarily gotten a lot out of it. inbound, and they were trying to get it back to June again, but not to be. There's Lee that took that one, tried to get it going. Okay, William Crandenberg said, let's set this up. Out to Christopher. Christopher will now. Rogue Valley took it, and then St. Mary's took it right back. Kind of an interesting strategy. You see Rogue Valley Adventist defensively double teaming the ball most of the time. If St. Mary's could figure out where the open man is. Trying to get it to William Crandenberg, but just a little bit far in front of him. And Rogue Valley takes it. Alvarez punts it out of there. There's Wiggers for the Red Tail Hawks. Getting it ahead. Back to Wiggers. And then they'll lose it. Kronk was looking for a breaking Christopher Crandenberg, but couldn't quite get it to him. And Limley's going to scoop this one up. Well, he won't scoop it away. He'll just kick it out of there. See if St. Mary's can't get something going, as we're down to about 2.5 to go here in the first period, first half. Really haven't had any stoppages in plays, no injuries, no substitutions, nothing to slow down the clock today. Not a whole lot of fouls called either. There's just a lot of officials are just letting them play on, even though they may be bumping into each other. And that one goes out over the end line. It'll end up being a corner kick for St. Mary's. The corner flags have all come down in the wind. Here's St. Mary's with it under. Nope, they're going to go way back out. That's Johnson. Couldn't get it back. Rogue Valley tries to punch it through, but taking care of that matter is Lockwood. He gets it back to Limley, and Limley will punt it out of there. And there's a whistle. And that, they say, is halftime. So, just like that, we have made it to halftime. If I can get my scoreboard to agree with me as we look at the John L. Scott scoreboard at halftime. It shows St. Mary's 4, Rogue Valley Adventist nothing, as you listen to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, a presentation of TableRockSports.net. remind you to stay tuned for the halftime report brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department and PlayMedford.com. Programs, sports leagues, and activities for everyone in the family are starting up again. Visit PlayMedford.com to learn more. We'll have that halftime for you right after this timeout as you're listening to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, a presentation of TableRockSports.com.
Coach, or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, guy! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day, and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens, called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Your workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
And welcome you to the SportsMedford.com halftime report, brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. Youth and adult sports, leagues, and tournaments are back on. To get in the game, visit SportsMedford.com, where you can learn about leagues and how to sign up. It's a 4-0 game, as the John L. Scott scoreboard shows us. And the way this happened is that St. Mary's took this early on. With about 5 minutes into the game, Kronk scored, and it was 1-0. 18 minutes, about 13 minutes later, William Crandenberg put one in. And in about 8 minutes after that, Noah Friesen added one. And then with just a few minutes to go, about 17 to go in the first half, William Crandenberg got his second goal of the game, and that made the score 4-0, which is where we're at halftime. The soccer season for the Medford or the St. Mary's boys is about to come to a close. They have this one, and then I believe they have one more on Saturday, and that'll be it for this shortened season. And as all the coaches have said, it's been interesting and just a little bit strange this year. So the St. Mary's boys will be closing out their soccer season relatively soon. In fact, all of this will be coming to a close on Saturday, April 3rd, as that'll be the end of fall sports in spring, I guess is what the OSAA is calling it. But that'll be the end of it, and then we will turn our attention to spring sports, where we will have baseball, softball, and track and field events. We are at halftime at the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week. The John L. Scott scoreboard reads that it is St. Mary's 4, Rogue Valley Adventist Red Tailhawks nothing. You listen to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou, a presentation of TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports, I love my team, I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at SouthernOregonSports.com.
You need to get from here to there. By using public transit, bicyclists can go farther, save money, and improve the environment. RVTD. Here to get you there.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
You need to get from here to there. Using public transit to get to and from work gives you peace of mind and can save you money. RVTD. Here to get you there.
And welcome you back to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week. As you can see on the John L. Scott scoreboard, it's a 4-0 lead for St. Mary's as we begin period number 2. So the second half coming up here shortly. And St. Mary's will be the one to kick it off. This time they'll be going left to right across the screen. They're in their blue jerseys today. Rogue Valley in the white jerseys. Now let's see if they can get this thing started, and indeed they do. St. Mary's got good pressure some of the time when they were downfield. I'm sure they talked about at halftime they didn't get as much out of it as they would have liked, as they were down there quite often on the Rogue Valley end and came up empty. And they start out down on the Rogue Valley end of the field. The Red Tailhawks, nope, they won't get it past the midfield stripe. As you said, these, the lads, as they like to call them in soccer, the lads are going to be a little tired as St. Mary's has no substitutes, so everybody that's out on the field gets to play the whole game today. Rogue Valley doesn't have that many extra players sitting on the bench. I think they have just one. So get ready to play a lot. Sometimes I talk to coaches, I tell them, though, you know, this is, if a player wants to play a lot and don't think they otherwise would get to, this is the kind of year you could only hope for, because everybody gets to play a lot. And this kind of year with the thin benches and the smaller squads, so everybody plays. They're sending it ahead to Lee. Lee isn't going to catch up with that. And over the end line it goes. Goal kick coming up. And doing that will be Mendenhall. And St. Mary's again, they have this down on the Red Tailhawks side of the field. Christopher and William play a little back and forth. And then over to Friesen. Friesen will fire. Oh, that's off the top of the bar. That hit the top bar. Otherwise, that one was in just, what, maybe 6 inches or less too high. Otherwise, that was right over the top of Alvarez's head. Corner kick coming up now for St. Mary's. As doing the honors is Kronk. He's going to send this one, as we would say in football, wide right. It bounced off the goal post. So another goal kick coming up for the Red Tail Hawks. And St. Mary's trying to keep it down here on this side of the field. There's Rogue Valley having difficulty getting it past the midfield stripe. William stops it, gets it set, gets it to Christopher Crandenberg, who kicks it out of bounds. Way down there they go. Fans, you can help keep Table Rock Sports in the game by subscribing to our YouTube channel. You search Table Rock Sports at youtube.com and then click on the red subscribe button to help us continue to cover the action. The action right now is taking place at about midfield as St. Mary's is keeping it down here on the Rogue Valley Adventist side of the field. Alvarez grabbing that. But so far, not finding much success in getting it inside the net. There's a break. There's a shot wide right. I believe that was Christopher Crandenberg that took that shot, but it was right and high. If we're going to get ready for baseball, we'd call it high and outside. Oh. Yeah. Thought the official was going to mess that up for a moment. He pointing it to a St. Mary's ball. It's actually Rogue Valley's. You can hear a couple of fans down below us. There's a shot. Nope. Alvarez will handle it. Trying to get a shot was Jejun, but June couldn't get enough foot on it. Ooh, William Crandenberg almost used his hands to handle that ball. Christopher Crandenberg looking for Lee, but he'll go back in the middle to Friesen. Friesen will fire. And Alvarez will stop that one. Tried to get it to Wiggins. And out of bounds it goes. So as you can see, about 33 minutes left in the game. Most of this second half has been played right down here on Rogue Valley's side of the field. Alvarez will take care of that one for the Red Tail Hawks as he punts it away. But St. Mary's so far hasn't been able to cash in, even though they've spent most of the second half. Kronk has it. Fires. Goal! There we are. That's finally paid off for them. So there's Kronk with his. It's a 5-0 game now, as the John L. Scott scoreboard reflects. Out of bounds, I believe this will be to St. Mary's. I missed the official signal. Nope. It's going to be Rogue Valley inbounding. St. Mary's once again has it down here on the far side of the field. They've got it on the Rogue Valley Adventist side of the field, but not able to advance it too far yet. There's Kronk getting it ahead to Christopher Crandenberg. There's a shot. That's way off the mark. Friesen with that shot. And if they ever we go, Alvarez will set it up for a goal kick, and then actually it's going to be Mendenhall that will do it. It goes right to Christopher Crandenberg. Wiggers will send it out of bounds. Well, we've got this thing going here, as we say. They're playing this on the Adventist side of the field, the Rogue Valley Adventist. St. Mary's right now just can't figure out a way to capitalize on it being down there all the time. Again, they get it into the middle. That's William Crandenberg, but he's ridden off the ball, and there will be a foul. So, St. Mary's is going to set up. This is always interesting when they set this up. William Crandenberg want to try to get it ahead. He's got Kronk in the middle. Got a player right there guarding him. You've got 3. He's going to send it, off the crossbar on the top. Off the crossbar that time. And that'll set up a goal kick. That was close. Another one that missed by maybe 6 inches, 8 inches. And get that a little lower and it would have been in. Alvarez wasn't going to get to it. There's another shot. That was wide to the right. It looks like it was, it is Kronk with the trying to get his second goal of the game. Now they'll set up William Crandenberg. We'll get it into Kronk. Kronk out to Lee. Is that right? No, Yejun. Back to William Crandenberg. I'll try and set this up. Into the middle? Nope. Oh, there's Kronk with it. Kronk, but he can't get a good shot off. Lots of pressure. Trying to get it ahead to Christopher Crandenberg. Can't do it. As Rogue Valley steps in and pops that one up in the air. Lee with a little footwork. Got that into William Crandenberg. Now they're gonna, St. Mary's is gonna have to chase it down, and doing so is Lockwood. There's a foul. As Christopher Crandenberg was tripped up. And William will give it a boot. That's Friesen on the far side of the field with the ball. Into the middle to Kronk. Friesen will fire. Ooh, Alvarez almost mishandled that one. But he managed to keep it out of the goal. And he'll throw it. Wigger with it. So you can see 25 minutes to go. Played about 15 minutes here, second half. St. Mary's has scored once to add to their 4-0 halftime lead, making it 5-0 here in the second half. There's June chasing it down. Back out to Friesen. And again, St. Mary's has it set up on the Rogue Valley side. There's William Crandenberg pushing it through to Christopher. Well, as Rogue Valley Adventist gets there to interrupt that one. That was Vargas. No, I'm going to take that back. Castro. And interrupted that pass. St. Mary's will set up again. Kronk with some footwork there to get free. William Crandenberg to Friesen. Friesen around to June. Trying to get free. He fires, but that'll go wide to the right. And that'll set up a corner kick. Please thank our great sponsors who make this great high school athletic action available for you, including our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore, Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler. Visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. Another goal kick. And this one is taken by Christopher Crandenberg, working his way towards the goal, hoping to get a shot off. He does, but that one also misses the mark. Had a couple of defenders between him. Kicking this time for Rogue Valley is going to be Kyle Wilson. Nope, Alvarez will do it himself. Wilson went back there like maybe he was going to do it, but Alvarez handled the duties. Here's Lee. In the middle to Friesen. Back to Kronk. Can't do anything, so they'll go back and set it up one more time. That shot's going to not even get to the goal. I don't know if that would be considered a shot on goal, as the Red Tail Hawks send it out of bounds. The St. Mary's will come the other direction with it. So we approach the 19-minute mark. 21 to go here in the second half. Still 5-0 St. Mary's. And Rogue Valley, right now, the Red Tail Hawks, I don't think they've hardly had the ball significantly past the midfield stripe here in only, 10, 12 minutes. Again, they get it past there, but not in a significant manner. As Lee takes that one. St. Mary sets it up, going right to the middle. There's June. He's looking, he's firing, but Alvarez bats it away. June tried, as he's heading out over the inline, to scissor it back. But the scissor kick didn't work, and it'll still end up being Rogue Valley Adventist ball. Now this time Wilson is going to do the kick instead of Alvarez. There's Christopher Crandenberg to William. Back to Kronk. They're going to try and set this up one more time. Out to Lee. Lee doing some fancy footwork to try and get free. Gets it to Kronk. There's Friesen with a shot. That'll be off of the screen. So we'll set it all up again. Really have had their problems in trying to get some scores, as they've had the ball down there. St. Mary's has a lot. They've got it down here again. Kronk trying to get it ahead, or make that Christopher Crandenberg trying to get it to Kronk, but nothing doing, and Alvarez punts it out of there. Wiggers has it for the moment and then loses it, and here comes St. Mary's again. That's been pretty much the story here in the second half. Oh, there's a good one. Now June moving to the middle. Nope. Rogue Valley Adventist saves that one. I thought maybe that was going to go out of bounds. There's Kronk with it. St. Mary's trying to continue to keep the pressure on here. And we're playing on the Rogue Valley Adventist side of the field. Oh, here's a breakaway now. Here comes Rogue Valley. No. Nope. Running that one down was Meliagen. But right there with him was Lockwood. And now Rogue Valley has their best chance at doing something. Nope. One too many moves. At that time it was Nunn that had it. He had a shot, but he didn't take it. He made an extra move, and it cost him. St. Mary's got there on time to take the ball away. And here we go, back down to the Rogue Valley Adventist side of the field. That was probably the best possession that Rogue Valley Adventist has had here in the second half as far as doing something meaningful once they got the ball on the other side. Now here we go again. This time being chased down by Lee. And going out of bounds with it is Meliagen. That one goes over the end line, so Limley will take care of matters for the St. Mary's Crusaders. I told you there was no subs. Some of the players are starting to have their hands on their hips, which means they're like, I would love to be sitting down for a minute and resting. But there's nobody to replace anybody, so play on. Now Rogue Valley doing a good job of at least keeping it down here on the St. Mary's side of the field for the moment. Here's a shot into the middle, but that's blocked. Trying to center that one up was Nunn, but getting there to knock it away was Travis Johnson. So Johnson making a good play. Jumped up and blocked that one with his hip. And it's a goal kick coming up for the Red Tailhawks. Wiggers will kick it. Gets to the middle. And a foul. Oh, hands. St. Mary's gets it right back after that one. See if the Crusaders can get this back down on the scoring side of the field for them. As the Hawks trying to do something. They take it back out and come back at it. But the Crusaders grab it. Kronk has it. Dribbling. Gets it ahead to Yejun. Couldn't get it back to Kronk. Or make that Christopher Crandenberg is who they were looking for. End of the middle to Wiggers. Wiggers trying to find somebody to go to. They finally get it around to Meliagen. Meliagen back into the middle to Wiggers. Wiggers, no. He's ridden off the ball by Travis Johnson. Johnson takes it from him before he can get set for a shot. Here they go the other way now. Yejun, way down in the corner. He'll stop. He'll send it back out. Into the middle it goes, but Alvarez is right there. William Crandenberg was the nearest crusader to it, but he wasn't going to catch up with it before Alvarez did. So we continue with a 5-0 ball game. And we only have about 13 minutes left to go. We're at the 27-minute mark. And that'll be chased down for a while. For almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass supports our schools and communities. And over the in line, this will be a St. Mary's goal kick. Looks like Limley's going to handle it himself. The Redhawks aren't double teaming the ball this half, quite like they were in the first half. They played a lot of double team on the ball. Chasing it down on a long, long kick, though, is Vargas. All right, take that back. That was Castro. Not Vargas, but Castro that did it. Castro coming in, but they can't hear. Here's Crandenberg. Yes! That's a goal. William Crandenberg with another one. And William Crandenberg now has done the hat trick as it's 6-0. That comes at about the 29-minute mark. We have about 29 minutes to go. 20 minutes to go at this point. So it's a 6-0 ball game. The John L. Scott scoreboard. Here's Kronk to Christopher Crandenberg. And this is going to go over the end line. So at this point, we'll tell you that St. Mary's is going to walk out of here with a win. And they'll move their record to 4-4, 4-2 in league play. And then they'll try to figure out how to close it out Saturday with another win. There's Kronk trying to center it up. Yeah. Headed by Friesen, but Alvarez handles that on a bounce. I'm probably being generous in calling that a header. It was early off the shoulders. We'll call it a header. William Crandenberg already having 3 goals today. Wiggers takes it away for the Hawks. Now they get it ahead. Can they get? Nope, can't get a shot off. That time it was Nunn, but Nunn couldn't get the ball in the right spot. and couldn't get a shot off. St. Mary's took it, but now Nunn has it right back. And out of bounds. They're saying that it's a Rogue Valley kick coming up here. Oh, out of bounds. Nope, there we go. Didn't think it was on out of bounds. It's a kick coming up. Wiggers trying to get it to the middle. It's up in the air and over the end line. Wilson chasing that one down, and now to the corner it goes, and Wiggers will do the corner kick for the Rogue Valley Adventist Red Tail Hawks. Can't get it there. St. Mary's kicks that one way out. So, Rogue Valley Adventist will set up and do it again. Now what? Nope. Now it's going to be St. Mary's ball. They'll inbound it quickly to try to take advantage of a lack of Red Hawk players around, but they get there. Now St. Mary's gets it out of there. Trying to center it, but will not. And that'll go over the end line. And that'll be Rogue. Nope. It's going to be a St. Mary's corner kick. The Medical Eye Center of Medford is helping bring you today's action. They have a wide range of eye care services for the whole family. Visit medicaleyecenter.com to learn how they might help your vision needs. So a corner kick coming up. And that was close. What was another corner kick, though, for the Crusaders. A lot of milling around as everybody gets themselves settled. They get it to Kronk, who goes to the middle. William Crandenberg tried. There's Yajun. Back out to Friesen, who will send it on a bounce to Alvarez. So with 5 minutes to go, we're at the 35-minute mark. The John L. Scott scoreboard reads make it 6-0. 6-0. St. Mary's on top. And now they give the ball back to Rogue Valley. And out of bounds it goes. That time off of Lockwood. Wiggers will go pick it up again, and we'll try it one more time. Here comes St. Mary's. They took it, but no, Wilson will take it right back. I don't know if St. Mary's has a good feel for how long is left in the game, but Rogue Valley right now trying to avoid the bagel on the scoreboard. There's William Crandenberg. Stops. Oh, couldn't get it in. Travis Johnson trying to set it up. It's actually Yajun comes out of there with it. Back to William Crandenberg. He'll shoot again, but Alvarez will stop that one on a couple of hops. Lee over to Christopher Crandenberg, to William Crandenberg, to Friesen. Friesen taps it. Oh, they're going to have to reset. Kronk will fire, but that one will curve wide. And that'll set up another goal kick for the Red Tail Hawks. And as they say in the other form of football, we're at the 2-minute warning. I think right now that St. Mary's will be happy to play defense. Christopher Crandenberg trying to go to the middle, but that isn't going to happen. Thought he had Friesen there for a moment. Here's Kronk. As we're way down on the Rogue Valley side of the field. And there's another shot on goal, but Alvarez will take that one. He'll send it way down to almost the midfield, where St. Mary's will take it again. This is Christopher Crandenberg. Weaving, leaves it for William, who gives it to Friesen, who fires and sends it into the parking lot. So, a goal kick to go with a minute to come, a minute to go in the ball game. We're at the 39th minute and now down to seconds. Alvarez sends it off to the side to Wiggers. And I should say that's an approximate because they don't have us really not an official time that we got going here. William Crandenberg to Christopher, back to William. Oh, and a shot by Friesen, handled by Alvarez. So we'll see how close our clock is here. And not very. Yeah, 4 seconds off. They call the ball game over. And so we will go along with that and tell you that that's the final. As we take a look at the John L. Scott scoreboard to end the game, the final shows that it's St. Mary's 6 and Rogue Valley Adventist nothing. Stay with us for the My Circle K powered by GP Energy post-game show, which comes your way next. We'll recap today's scoring, and then we will come up with other things that we need to say, all coming up on the My Circle K GP Energy post-game show, where they fuel your road trip and add crunch to your lunch. The John L. Scott scoreboard shows that the final score today, St. Mary's 6th, Rogue Valley Adventist nothing, as you listen to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week. Presentation at TableRockSports.net.
By Circle K, powered by GP Energy, you can turn an ordinary lunch break into something extraordinary with crispy, crunchy chicken. Grab and go their delicious chicken, chicken tenders, famous biscuits, and tasty sides. MyCircleK.com.
US Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All US Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for US Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Whether it's morning motivation to get your day going, adding crunch to your lunch, fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
And we welcome you to the My Circle K, powered by GP Energy post-game show. As you can see by the John L. Scott scoreboard, St. Mary's wins this one handily 6-0. The scoring looked like this. Kronk scored at about the 5-minute mark of the game in the first half. I was followed about 13 minutes later by William Crandenberg as he got the first of 3 for him. Then Noah Friesen got in on the action at about the 26-minute mark. And then there was William Crandenberg again as he scored his second. And it was a quick 4-0 lead for St. Mary's at halftime. In the second half, Kronk got on the scoreboard as he scored at about the 8-minute mark. And at the 29-minute mark, William Crandenberg got his third one. The St. Mary's boys will close out their soccer season on Saturday. Right, I believe it's on field 14, but don't hold me to that. We'll get to that later. The next broadcast that comes along on the St. Mary's channel will be Wednesday night, as we will be watching volleyball. And this will be Cascade Christian, and I've been saying all night long. Cascade Christian and St. Mary's will be going at it. But that's a 5 o'clock start. That's a 5 o'clock, not a 6 o'clock start as it normally is. So you want to make note of that right here on the TableRockSports.net channel. Again, the John L. Scott scoreboard shows that the final is St. Mary's 6, Rogue Valley Adventist nothing. We'd like to thank you for watching today's broadcast. I'd like to thank St. Mary's High School for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net. Again, the final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, St. Mary's 6, Rogue Valley Adventist nothing. This has been a special presentation of Table Rock Sports. The executive producer is Joe Brett. With Nick Curran, I'm Terry Ross saying thanks for watching and good night from U.S. Cellular Park in Medford, Oregon.